Hey man, how you been? Been pretty good. How you been? Not too bad, not too bad. I wanted to ask, you still play the division? Do- Does a pig have hair? Yes. No. I really don't know. There's your answer. What? Yeah, I play the division still. Oh well, I wanted to know if we could like run together because I'm thinking about getting it. It's kind of cheap right now, like really cheap, and everyone's saying it's good again. People are saying it's good again. Yeah, like dudes I watch on YouTube, they mostly play like Destiny 2 and stuff, but that game's like tanking right now due to like microtransactions or something, and so they're all migrating over to Division, and they're saying it's good. Oh, so new like dudes that weren't here before, like just jumped on, haven't stuck with the game the whole time because they gave up a long time ago. You're going with their opinion? Uh, yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not either. But why not trust the guys that stuck with the game? Hmm? 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 No, but is it good? Well, that depends who you ask. If you ask those guys, which most likely they don't PvP often, or that's not the main reason why they get on. They like let me give you an example. If you play this game to PvE only, which some people do, I don't know why, because it's so boring, but people do. They find a thrill out of shooting bots that have the same movement and the same pattern, and they find it challenging. Um, then yeah, it's probably fun if you're in that category. It's good if you don't PvP. You go in the dark zone, but you don't go rogue. You run in a four man. You drop shock turrets. You use cheese. Then yeah, it's good. It's good if you take your game out, you eject, okay, you grab it real careful, like you don't want to scratch it, and you snap it in half. Then yeah, it's good. Um, but if you play like me, which I just get on, I don't hit up every single person in my thing like, are you on? Let's run. No, I just go in the dark zone, which is probably not the smartest thing to do anymore because I used to solo all the time. And now I just want to solo because it's more epic of a fight. But those fights are gone as soon as Predator gets in your ass. Predator? What is that? Well, if you don't know by now, Predator is a broken gear set in the game. Now, let me explain. Some people are like, it's not broken. You're just garbage. Put a box down, you trash ass player. Okay, let me explain. Predator is broken because it only takes 10 bullets to essentially melt you when they sacrifice no firearms. Well, they sacrifice all firearms, but sacrifice no tankiness, stamina, health. They're super tanky and they hit stupid hard, which makes no sense. The tankier you are, essentially, the harder you bleed. That makes no sense. You're giving up nothing to do damage, okay? Used to be you wanted to hit hard, you had to sacrifice toughness. That's how it used to be. Or skill power. Something had to be given up majorly to make you like a glass cannon. A glass cannon. They are sacrificing tankiness, staying alive to just melt. That's what it used to be. Glass cannons, I mean, they kind of exist. I haven't made a glass cannon in a long time, but it's not smart to go glass cannon because you can just be a tank and melt at this point. So that gear set makes no sense. But everyone who runs it, I get it. You don't have time to be fighting dudes who can strafe all day, whoop your ass all day. You don't have time to be fighting those guys. You want to farm in the dark zone. So you put on Predator, you bleed them, and you get on your way. I get it. You don't want to be fighting all day. But it is broken. We all know it's broken. But I'm going to suggest a few little things to make it not so broken. Because every fight I get into turns into a Predator fight. Yeah, I love strikers right now. It's my main build. That's what I go to, even though I miss final measure. Even though final measure, they just shit on every other gear set. For it's Nomad, Striker, and Predator. It's the only thing people run right now. If you say you run otherwise, I mean, you should probably put on Banshee when manhunts are around. But you don't run Banshee all the time, and if you do, then I applaud you, sir. Good job. But for the most part, everyone's running these three builds. Everything else is obsolete. Everything else is redundant. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Don't wear it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a healer, other builds matter. If not, these three builds. Okay, but here's the thing. These builds are built around one gun. And that gun is, well, not all the builds, but most Predator. What gun am I talking about, kids? The house. Yeah, I don't know why kids love the damn house. Every little kid or, even grown person, oh, did you get a house, bro? Oh, I got a house. I don't give a damn about a house. I'm running it in the video, right? Looking stupid, talking shit about a house that you have on. Well, had to with Nomad. Nothing hits hard with Nomad. I mean, unless you really just go straight firearms, which I don't run it like that. But everything just like with my Nomad, it just doesn't feel like it hits hard because I'm used to running strikers. So I'm like, I'm not really doing damage unless you run the broken house. So I run the house with my Nomad. Also run it with Predator because Predator doesn't seem to hit hard unless you have a broken house. I mean, it still hits hard, but it doesn't hit stupid hard unless you have a house. So if you nerf the house, essentially you nerf Predator in a little way, but still annoying. But here are my suggestions. Now you got to remember, I'm a console player. I play on PlayStation 4. Now, when you're watching other people such as Wids or Marco Styles, people who play on PC, you can't take their advice 100% if you play on a console. They're in a different world, okay? They don't have to deal with shotguns, with aim assist, with somebody who puts on a Cronus, okay? They don't have to deal with that. That was a big issue back in the day. PC players didn't have to experience that. PC players don't experience a lot of things we experience because, well, they're on PC and that's probably the better place to play. But I'm not a PC player and I don't plan on becoming a PC player. Just doesn't feel like playing a video game to me, in my opinion. But so when you're watching these PC players and you're taking their advice 100% of the time, you shouldn't be if you're playing on a console. They're two different games. Trust me. Ask anybody. All they complain about is frame rates. All we complain about is everything in the game that is broken. Do you understand the two worlds? They're separate. So if you watch a PC player, don't listen 100% if you don't play on PC. Follow someone who plays on a console. Now, I'm not talking about follow me. You can tell me to fuck off anytime you want. But I'm just giving you advice. Don't take what they say 100%. It's a different game, a different world. Same game, same title, different gameplay entirely. Trust me. But here are my suggestions for nerfing some things, because I haven't been making videos, honestly, because I don't want to spam out clickbait, insane damage with it. Like, I don't do all that because it's not my style. Just don't want to. I'd rather keep it honest with my audience and keep it real and have really just want to have conversations about where we're at, what's coming, and where we've been, stuff like that. That's what I'm more interested in. But here are my suggestions real quick. Like, Nomad, I think, is not broken. It's just a little annoying. I think you should only have the 6-piece available if you're a solo player, not in a 4-man. Shouldn't be able to pop infinitely, in my opinion, because everyone I fight always has their Nomad. Pop, pop, pop. When I put it on, like once. Sometimes I get it to pop twice in a blue moon, but it's always once. That's what I think Nomad. And the house should be nerfed. I don't think the talent should be like, if they leave the 20%, right, they should nerf the RPMs, make it around 650. I think 650 is great for the house because it hits too hard and it shoots too fast. That doesn't make sense. The hard hitting weapons shoot slow. That's how it's always been. They can't just throw a hard hitter with a RPM up the ad. Like, you can't do that. So they need to either drop the RPMs or nerf the 20% to 10%. If it's going to shoot fast, it can't have that 20%. In my opinion, that's what I think about the house. Predator. There's two things here. Okay, you can either take out shrapnel, take it out because they nerfed every other talent that was useful. Take out shrapnel, right? And make it to where you can't bleed the same person twice in a row. You gotta switch off. And kits are too precious to be wasting on every little bleed. You know what I'm saying? So make it to where your first aid heal takes away your status effects. Also your teammates heals take away your status effects. They should bring that back. Kits are too precious to be wasting on this predator. And that's what I feel like they should do, either one of the two. I don't know. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.